So let's talk about Julian Alvarez. As you guys know, Julian Alvarez is one of my favorite Manchester City player. I always say we are so lucky to have a backup striker that is that good. Alvarez is very good. He's very good. He can literally go. You can say can go into majority of the Premier League team and be like a starter for them. That's how good he is. Very few teams have that kind of depth when it comes to their striker. Where if Erling Haaland gets injured, yes, it might not be the like for like, and but at least Alvarez is still able to come in and do the job while waiting for Erling Haaland to get back. But Alvarez is my favorite, one of my favorite Manchester City player, and one of the videos that actually did well on my channel was where I spoke about how good he is for us. So we all know 3 days ago or 2 days ago, Alvarez came out to talk about not being happy with the fact that he wasn't really involved in big moments like big games. He wanted to be involved. He felt he could do more. He could help the team. He acknowledged the fact that he had a lot of minutes, but his problem was just more about not being involved in the big moment. And you all know this. The reason why he gave this response was due to the fact that he was asked about his future in Manchester City, of which he said that was the only thing. That was the only problem he had last season, but he was going to think about his future. So Pep Guardiola responded saying he understands Alvarez wants to be more involved, and Alvarez wants to be more involved in big moments. But there are other players also in the team that wants to be involved in big moments. If Alvarez wants to think about his future, he should think about it. Then Alvarez responded back talking about he's happy in Manchester City. He felt he didn't say anything wrong, that he just wants to think about his future after the Olympics, of which every player does, of which that is true. Players think about their future, where they have to move to next. Football is a very short career. At the end of the day, they have to think for themselves because football is a career. But ever since Alvarez joined Manchester City, he has gone on to win trophies for both club and country, and his career has gone up. Like Champions League, Premier League, FA Cup, FIFA Club World Cup, like World Cup, Copa America, and like he's the most. You can tell Alvarez is very, very accomplished, very, very accomplished. Like the number of trophies that boy has won, most players dream to have it. That's like he's a very, very accomplished, very good player. So should Manchester City actually sell? That's if he doesn't want to stay. Of course, I know we're not going to sell to any Premier League club. We're not going to, definitely, because we'll be making the other team very strong. We all know Atletico Madrid is interested in Alvarez. So if we're to sell, we'll be selling outside, like we'll be selling to the other leagues. But should Manchester City sell? For me, I don't want Alvarez to go. I really like him. Honestly, I really like him because sometimes you still need that squad depth. I don't think Alvarez leaving with like a major blow to us. I really don't think it's like a major blow to us. We can still survive without Alvarez. We have players that can still score goals, but it's always good to just have that squad depth, that backup. There'll be moments when Erling Haaland will get injured, and you know you need your Alvarez to step in. There'll be moments when maybe someone like if Foden needs a rest, you need your Alvarez to also maybe play in that middle role, of which we know last season Alvarez played almost in every attacking position in the team, and in that middle role we could tell it wasn't really working for him. He was trying to do the job. He did the job to the best of his ability, but it has nothing to do with him. It wasn't really working out. We all knew. It felt like at one point Pep was sacrificing Phil Foden, not like was sacrificing Phil Foden, like putting Phil Foden on the wing and allowing Alvarez to play, despite knowing it wasn't really working. But as time went on, Alvarez, like Pep, like I think he started allowing Phil Foden to play in the middle. He had the confidence in Phil Foden to actually play in the middle, but it wasn't really working for Alvarez in that middle role. It wasn't him. We all know Alvarez's best position is to play that center forward, and he's not the tallest, but I feel his height is still an advantage for him because you can never tell when he will run into space. His positioning is very, very good. His positioning inside the box is very, very good. He just appears, and before you know, you're punished. That's how good he is. So, last season, Alvarez had over 3,481 minutes. He played 54 games. He actually had the most appearance in the team. I think the second most appearance in the team was Phil Foden. He scored 19 goals and provided 13 assists. So he had lots of minutes, of which he said that was not his problem. His problem was just not playing in major games, like in big moments. So 3,000 over 3,481 minutes. That's a lot. That means he actually played a lot, and there were just I think 8 players or 7 players that had more minutes than him. That's Rodri, Phil Foden, Bernardo Silva, Akanji, Ruben Diaz, Ederson, Walker. If Kevin De Bruyne was fit, because we all knew Kevin De Bruyne got injured last season for a very long period of time, will Alvarez have those minutes? I don't think so, because the previous season he had around within the range of 2005 or so minutes. That's the 2022-2023 season. Then the 2023-2024 he had 3,481 minutes. So if Kevin De Bruyne was fit, I don't think he will have those minutes. But in those moments where Kevin De Bruyne was injured, Alvarez stepped up. Alvarez helped the team. He did well for the team. So losing him, I don't want it. Losing him, honestly, I don't want it, because we need squad depth. We need our squad depth. He's a good player. If he leaves, it won't be a big blow for us. Like I said, we have players that can actually still score goals. We have very creative player, and we have good goal scorers in the team. But if he leaves, will I be upset? Honestly, I won't be upset. It will just be a sad one, because I really like Alvarez. But if we are to let him go, we should actually let him go for the right price, because Alvarez is a very young player. He still has football. He still has so many careers, like so many. He still has so many years to play football. And to me, I guess between 60 to 70, that is a very good range. That's how he's valued. That's how I rate him, between 60 to 70. I don't think that is bad, because for a very young player that is proven, that's in the Premier League and can literally go into any team in the league and be a starter. That's how good Alvarez is. So if Alvarez leaves, to me, I don't think it's a big blow, and at the same time, I'll be a bit sad. I'll be sad, but not in a way of I'll be worried that, oh, we've lost a player that we can't replace, that kind of situation. But at the same time, I'll be happy for him, because at the end of the day, players, they think for themselves, and I'll be happy for the fact that ever since he joined Manchester City, his career has grown. He has become a better player, and sure, he's going on to do better things. But it would be good for him to stay. Honestly, it would be very good for him to stay in the club. But let me know in the comment section, guys, if you guys are open to Alvarez leaving, or you want him to stay. For a player that had the most appearance, he had lots of minutes. To be honest, I don't really understand. I don't really understand. And he wanted to play more games, like he wanted to play in those big moments. Well, I really don't understand. If he wasn't having those minutes, if he wasn't having those game time, then maybe I will understand. But you're still having those minutes. And like when you're talking about important games, to me, I see every game is important. Every game is important, honestly, because in England there are so many competitions: the Carabao Cup, the FA Cup, Premier League. You play the Champions League. Like every game is important. So if it was about minutes, yeah, I'll be like, okay, but you had minutes, you had the most appearance. At the end of the day, I guess he just wants more. He feel he can do more for the team. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Are you guys okay with Alvarez leaving, or are you guys, or you don't feel anything? Like if Alvarez leave, you're not really worried, just like me. But yeah, that's it for me, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you very much.